Hello, and welcome to this video on financial coding at the Department of Fisheries and Oceans in the Canadian Coast Guard. This video provides a deeper understanding of the work breakdown structure element and internal order coding segments, as well as the funded program segment that is linked to WBS. Most of the project codes we use today in Abacus will be replaced by work breakdown structure elements or internal order codes. What's the difference between a work breakdown structure element and an internal order? The work breakdown structure element, or WBS, is used to track or pool costs associated with projects, programs, transfer payments, agreements, work packages, or other activities. It's a highly flexible code with multiple hierarchies that allows us to track both simple activities and highly complex or multi-phased initiatives or projects. Internal orders are similar to a WBS element, but are limited to unique situations where we need an additional layer of tracking at the departmental level or across multiple sectors, regions, and the Canadian Coast Guard. When do we use a WBS element versus an internal order? At DFO-CCG, WBS elements will be the main coding segment used to track expenditures for any project, activity, initiative, and program, including grants and contributions, collaborative agreements, and memoranda of understanding. Big, small, complex, or simple, managers should use WBS elements for almost everything. For example, you would use a WBS code to track costs associated with a national conference, a capital acquisition project, or a national maintenance program. Internal orders are limited at DFO-CCG and are used to track simple and high-level activities or tasks with a simple timeframe that has a specific end date. For example, tracking expenditures related to the COVID-19 global pandemic or a natural disaster. Internal orders are essentially treated as a secondary tool for cost tracking. Let's look at an example of how WBS elements will be used on a simple project. Martin is a real property employee with the DFO Quebec region. He's been assigned the responsibility to organize a regional management team face-to-face meeting. He needs a simple code to track expenditures related to this project. For segment 1 of the WBS element, the prefix will be 43 to identify the DFO Quebec region, and the project identifier, EPM11, is generated by the system. Because Martin doesn't want to track any project phases, segment 2 of the WBS element will consist of only zeros. Finally, Martin will use the default code A01 for segment 3, which is the funding source. For this project in particular, Martin really only needs to look at the first few digits of the code. It's as simple as that. Now, let's look at a more complex example. Imagine Martin is also in charge of a building renovation. This project is more complex and needs to be managed in multiple phases. Using the WBS code, he can capture the detailed costs of this project. The prefix for the WBS element code would be C3 for Real Property Investment Center of Expertise. He then selects the identifier for the project, which is BLD22. Then, he uses WBS Level 2 in segment 2 of the code to split his project phases. The planning phase as 01, the design phase as 02, and the construction phase as 03. He also wants to split the construction phase into 2 segments to align with his project deliverables. He uses WBS Level 3 to create 2 construction subphases, 01 and 02. As you can see, WBS elements offer a world of options and possibilities for tracking projects. What is a funded program? WBS elements are used to track costs or revenues. You can attach a budget to a WBS element, which is called a funded program in SAP. When you combine the two, you have powerful insights. Some WBS elements will have a corresponding funded program associated with them. Why are they important? WBS elements provide an additional layer of financial coding to help us track financials for simple or complex cross-organizational projects. funded programs help us manage the budget allocated to those projects. If designed the correct way, a WBS structure can replace the need for manual Excel spreadsheets to meet complex reporting requirements. It's everyone's responsibility to code correctly, as it sets the foundation for us to empower our business with real-time data and better insights.